Hello, everyone. Yes, you are welcome to today's live session. We've got so many topics that we will be touching tonight, and I urge you to just stay put and let's dive into what we have for today. So, check out what I have there on my screen. You can see it says Tinubu begs media to portray Nigeria positively to attract investors. Honestly, since I saw this headline, I was like, God, these people want the media to be the ones to start painting Nigeria good, you know. You tell people outside that Nigeria is ripe for investment. Then when they come in, tomorrow they want to blame the media. But before we dive into this topic, and we'll also be looking at Atiku calling for merger. Atiku wants the opposition to come together. You know, that entails the PDP and the Labour Party, the person of Peter Obi, because they know that Obi has a lot of supporters and the support is even getting more stronger as it stands. So Atiku is looking for a way to like bring Peter Obi together with the PDP. And so many obedience have questioned that. You know, many people do not really like that idea. They are like, they don't want the ideologies that these two different people are having are far different. You know, Atiku's ideology when it comes to politics, they are totally different from those of Peter Obi. So it won't be wise to have these two persons come together. And don't forget that Atiku, myself, I see him as somebody who is very desperate, you know. He just wants to become the president of this nation. You know, during the time of Jonathan, he abandoned Jonathan and went and joined Buhari's camp then because he said it was the turn of the North. You can imagine abandoning your party. He has just been using PDP as a platform to run. It's not as if he's a committed member of the PDP, you know. And now he's calling Peter Obi for a merger. And so many people have been questioning why this call, that they don't want it. You know, obedience. When you go to the social media, they've been lamenting and like, why will he be asking for a merger? And there are lots of reactions on the social media. So let me just take you through some of the headlines that we'll be looking at this evening. Yes, Nigerian Judicial Service Commission nominates 22 new justices for elevation to the Supreme Court. You know, when headlines like this come up, people will like say, it's time for payment. It's time for payment, time for reward. Reward them for the way they are like handling the APC cases in the nation. Don't forget that they want to sack the governor of Plateau State. And just today, there is a breaking news that the governor of Zamfara State has been sacked. In case you don't know, this is the governor who has been exposing the ex-governor, the governor that just left office, on how he mismanaged the resources of the state. You know, he has said so many things, you know, trying to expose all the rots that happened during the previous administration. And don't forget that that ex-governor that left Zamfara State is the current Minister for Defense. You can imagine. This is what we are having as problem in Nigeria. Leadership. When people who did not do well in positions that were handed over to them are being rewarded, you know, given even higher positions to handle. That is just the current problem Nigeria is facing. So a lot of people have been reacting on this topic as to, you know, the judiciary gaining some of these benefits instead of this government looking at the current situation that Nigerians are going through. They've said they are going to increase the salaries of judges. They are going to be giving them, is it houses, or I think there is a second package. And this one now you can see elevation. So people are like saying that, is it just the judicial, the judges? Why are they not talking about arresting some of the challenges that the ordinary Nigerians are going through? So Mr. Peter Obi has equally challenged this government after they came out yesterday to tell the world that they inherited bankruptcy, that Nigeria is bankrupt. You know, Peter Obi is telling them to Tell us what you saw on ground if really you say Nigeria is bankrupt. Expose, disclose, tell the Nigerian people, how much do we have in our federal coffer? How much do we have? Do we even have any money or not? There is always secrecy. I've always said it on this platform that one thing about the APCs is very difficult, for them to embrace that word called transparency. It's very difficult at every level that you find an APC member. Go to all the states of the federation. Once it's an APC governor that is there, you see how that state is being run. You see how things are going in that state. Look at what happened in Kogi State. The Kogi man is now mocking people from the other parties on how they won, despite all the dirtiness that was experienced during this election. But for them, they are smart. And that of Imo State, I watched the governor of Imo State today addressing workers, and he was telling them that they were supposed to have started receiving their salaries last month. So meaning that really he is not paying them. I had to talk to my hubby. I said, come and listen to what this man said. He said they were supposed, meaning that they are not even getting this salary. It's not a false claim that the workers in the state are not being paid. This is a reality on ground. He was not telling them that he was supposed to start paying them last month, just that the people who are managing maybe the payment rule or something like that, they've not submitted everything to him. So Nigerians, that is where we are. When you see these people, the APC, I tell you, they represent nothing but, I don't even know, I don't want to use any word that, I'm not used to. But I just want to say that the APC, they've really disappointed Nigerians. So Dino Melaye is angry. Like you can see, he seeks refund after sharing about 250,000 per polling unit. That's naira per polling unit for vote buying. This is coming from Sahara Reporters. He had to even list out his expenses and asking for refund. You can imagine spending this kind of this amount of money just at a particular polling unit, and then you check how many polling units do they have across Kogi State and how much he must have spent. And now he's crying foul. For me, I don't think Dino was even the best candidate for the Kogi people, despite the fact that I don't support the person of Yaya Bello. Nevertheless, I was thinking maybe APC would have given them a better person. It's not as if Dino is not better, but I don't think with his person, I don't really think he's a good match for Yaya Bello and the person he installed. Yeah, so I've brought this topic before. Peter Obi is asking them to disclose to Nigerians what they inherited. They've not told us what they inherited. So when they are saying that they are going bankrupt, there is still a lot of question to ask. So back to the question, or back to the topic, sorry, for the day, we are talking about Peter Obi being asked to merge with Atiku, and also the president of Nigeria asking the media to help market Nigeria for investors to come in and invest in our country. Yes, Peter Obi made a statement during campaign. He said it's like a bee and honey something. Once you start fixing the country, if you are fixing the country, the people outside will see that the country is now working. You don't need to beg investors. That is the statement of Mr. Peter Obi. When investors, people who are in, if we are talking about investors, you don't really need to start looking at even foreign companies. You look at Nigerians. We have millions of Nigerians living abroad. You can imagine where all this population, all these Nigerians who are scattered across the globe are interested in coming to Nigeria to invest. Only the Nigerian citizens alone can boost our economy. You may not know how well and how good Nigerians are doing in other countries. Many of them, they have access to resources that they can bring into Nigeria and boost our economy. But when people look at Nigeria, look at what is happening in our courts. People are scared to take their cases to our courts because they are not sure of getting justice. And you find out that with this kind of ruling that is coming from our judges, from our judiciary, as regards to the election, people don't have confidence anymore in our judiciary. And that alone is going to affect investors coming into Nigeria. So Dr. Etel once cited somebody from South Korea, so that he supplied hospital equipment to Nigeria, I believe to the government. And up till as at that moment, he shared this on this platform. He said the man has not received all his pay. And that was when Naira started skyrocketing. So he was like, you can imagine, the man is already running at loss. So how much is he going to get from what is going to be paid? And then how is he going to, he has not even finished paying the company that he got those equipment from. So you can imagine the situation in Nigeria, where the Naira is like jumping every day, as in being devalued, and nothing is being done. The president has been out of the country. We've not really seen any action on ground, trying to arrest some of these things that affect the economy, like the state of our Naira. Naira is like sliding on a daily note. Sometimes they try to pump in money. The thing would stagger a little and start devaluating again. So that is the state of Nigeria. For them to start begging the media to paint Nigeria as a country that is ripe for investment, I don't think this is a good suggestion. Whosoever is advising the president, to embark on this is really making a very big mistake. Because when investors come and meet the opposite of what the media, told them, how would they even look at Nigeria? It means that we've really lost it totally. So I think this is a very bad advice. I don't know what you guys think. You can drop your thoughts in the comment section, that the president is asking the media to portray Nigeria positively so as to attract investors who want to come to Nigeria, where banditry is everywhere. The common roads are not in a good shape. The roads in Nigeria, they are not in a good shape. You can't transport your goods from one point to the other. Yesterday, we saw about 20 persons lost their lives in Abia State, in Aba to be precise. A big lorry was carrying goods and possibly it failed brake and just, ran over another vehicle. And that was how they lost so many people there. That is the state we are in Nigeria. You are alive today. You are not even sure of the next moment if you are living in Nigeria. And that calls for worry. So we have to start telling the government to please fix Nigeria. Go after all those that worked with Tinubu, Buhari, all the money that we can't lay hold on, they should return it. Start cleaning the system if you can, because the problem is that when you have somebody who didn't come in legitimately, the person will also not have the boldness, to address these issues, because you can't just start working against the APC people now. They will tell you that 2027 that they cannot support you. So Tinubu himself has to be very careful, because if he doesn't manage this situation very well, is going to boomerang. And that is just why we are going to suffer this mess for a very long time. So this is what Aisha Yusufu said. She said, there will always be a difference between commander-in-chief and a certificate forger-in-chief. So you can imagine, if somebody does not get into this position, legitimately, is going to be a very big setback for the people of Nigeria. So I'm going to be playing a video for you guys to show you what Peter Obi said about leadership in Nigeria. He has always said the main problem we have in Nigeria is the issue of leadership. Just check it out. Since this government came into power, the Supreme Court, the appeal court, the kind of judgment they've been giving, people are like losing their confidence in our judiciary. That alone, because the only institution that a country can really boast of, and through which that serves as a mirror through which other countries can really see a country, is their judiciary. And where we have the kind of judiciary we have today, what do you think will happen? No confidence in our courts, no confidence. People are worried about the kind of things happening. Look at the elections. Just try your best to snatch it, run with it, and then INEC will announce you. You go to court, the court will defend you. Who wants to come and invest in that kind of environment? Just listen to this video and then we'll continue.
Try to make mistake. Neither.
So this man of God, sorry, this man of God gave this warning. On several notes, he spoke before the election. He was even saying that don't vote for people who wear pampers because the Bible says they are still babies. Look for mature minds. People you know can really, remedy the situation Nigeria is into today. So let me just allow you quickly.
You are saying that this person cannot perform. Yet you are saying he in our party nonsense. I've told, if you vote party, the way you will suffer, me, I'll be here, I'll tell you, I will suffer with you. Nothing will make me suffer with you. I know too much that I can't suffer. But I can tell you, look, you know I'm a man of God. Try to make mistake. Neither will tumble to 5,000. If you don't want another to tumble to 5,000, better tell yourself what to do. It's a word to you when you vote people who have nothing in their head. If you vote party this time, Nigerians, we will fall our hand and watch on that. All the things they are suffering, am I suffering with you? I'm too connected by covenant to suffer what people are suffering. But if you vote, it's a word to you when your leader is like a child. That means any leader who will be using dampers is dangerous. It's a word to the whole land. When thy king is what? Child. It's the Bible, I'm not the one who said it. It's a word to the whole land. When thy king is a child. They use dampers for children. So if you have a leader who they use dampers, woe to you. And the priest is eating the... It's the Bible. Am I the one that said it? They said they want to argue with the Bible.
Nigerians, he said he's not the one that said it too. It's the Bible that said it. Woe to you if your king is a child. That is a leadership gap. So he said it before time that Nigerians vote wisely. Anyway, we know that the president himself has once told us that he knows many of you didn't vote for me. So he knows he didn't really win the minds of Nigerians. Peter Obi will say, if you have won, you must have won the people. For you to win, you must win the people. You can't just win on the ballots. But you can see from the look of things, APC didn't win the people. The current president didn't win the minds of Nigerians, but INEC declared him. So let me allow you to listen to what Peter Obi said during this occasion. But what was most thrilling, Mr. Peter Obi spoke after the ex-Malawian president spoke. And she was like, Peter Obi, just my photo, the photo I took with you, it has been trending in my country. The information just came to me now that the photo I took with you has been trending in my country. You can imagine Peter Obi is loved across, not just in Nigeria, I mean across Africa and across the globe. This man, he is not self-centered. He just wants to serve the people of Nigeria. That is why he's challenging the president. If you say Nigeria is bankrupt, disclose to us what you met on ground. So we'll be waiting for the federal government to respond because Nigerians equally want to know.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, and my dear brother, Professor, is to go back and reflect on that your wonderful speech. And I thank my dear elder brother for inviting you. Mine is a simple remark which will not take more than 2-3 minutes. Wonderful lecture. Your Excellency, my little contribution to your speech that the problem of Africa, problem of Nigeria, rests squarely on leadership. It is bad leadership that is the problem of Africa. It has nothing to do with colonialism. We were colonized years ago. Today, it is African leaders that have turned Africa into a gigantic criminal enterprise. And I'll give you an example. Let me use this university. Let me use this university to give you an example of the problem we face in our country. This university, if you're employed here, you work hard for several years to be a professor. And if you're a professor in this university, your salary is 400,000 naira. And if they pay you without spending your money for 30 years, your salary will amount to 144 million, which is not up to what we used to buy a car for a legislator in Nigeria. That is the problem of Nigeria. That is the problem of Nigeria. That is number one. Number two, this university where you are, the overhead they give to the vice chancellor from federal government of Nigeria is about 10 million naira. So in 1 year, they will get about 120 million naira. They have over 500 professors, over 4,000 lecturers, over 40,000 students. They get 10 million naira, 120 million naira a year. So 5 of universities like this will get about 600 million naira annually, which if you convert to dollar today, is about 500,000 naira. That is what we use to go to a meeting of United Nations for 1 week. It's unacceptable. That is the problem of Nigeria. That is the problem of Africa. We can afford to do that with less than 10%. So it's squarely on our destiny. So I thank you for being part of this crusade. I'm sure our governor, every other person, we are part of this crusade. We must dismantle this criminality. That is the only way it can work. Thank you and God bless
you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Nigerians, we must dismantle this criminality, must stop. You've heard what Peter Obi said, how much the professors are getting, you know, how much they are receiving as salaries, 400,000 naira per professor. And one keeps wondering, why do we have corruption in our institutions? Why do people use women for grade, for you to pass a particular subject or a course in the university? A professor or a lecturer will be asking for your body. Why do we have all this? You've gotten some of the reasons why people go into all this. And our National Assembly members are asking for 160 million. This is just for one car, as in one per head. We are not talking about their allowances. They even get newspaper allowances. Go and check how much is that in 1 month, per month. Newspaper allowances, they have wardrobe allowances, they have allowances for them to service, to pay their mates and their aides and all, a lot of allowances. The salary is not even the issue. Go and check how many allowances these people get per month. And professors are allowed to like groan while lecturing. They do their work groaning. How much? What can 400,000 naira afford today in Nigeria? It means they can't even build houses of their own. And this government does not, the Nigerian government has no package to say, oh, as a professor, at the end of your whatever, come and take this duplex. Then tell me why people will not start doing the wrong thing. You've heard it from Mr. Peter Obi, and each time he speaks, you know, Personally, I'll feel like crying considering what Nigerians are going through at the hands of our leaders, especially this government of the APC since Buhari came in until now. These people, they are holding Nigeria hostage. I must tell you, they are holding us hostage. And it is in our hands to let go. It is in our hands to keep struggling until we emancipate ourselves. We can't just, he said, we are going to dismantle this criminality. Look at how our National Assembly members, those in the cabinet of the leaders, during Buhari's time, somebody said, go and see people who were nobody for the fact that they were invited into Buhari's cabinet. Go and see houses they've bought. Go and see how many the fleets of cars they now have. Where did the money come from? Nigerian people's money. Buhari told us he was out to fight corruption. They will borrow money into pockets that have so many loopholes. People will just keep, taking their own. At the end of the day, they will still go again to borrow. And that is what we are seeing now with this current administration. Just borrowing and borrowing without even accounting. Peter Obi is saying, show us what you inherited so that we will know that, okay, you met just 1 naira in the coffer. Then when you borrow whatever you borrow, Nigerians will be able to at least start calculating from that 1 naira that they met on ground. But now we don't even know what they met on ground. And if they even borrow, they will not even carry Nigerians along on how they are spending whatever they are going to spend. So that is the problem of Nigeria. The problem of leadership. Leadership is really a big issue in Nigeria. So before I go into the major topic, I want to quickly allow you people watch what happened to Governor Soludo, because he was the one, I think he was the one that planned this occasion. This happened, I think, today in Anambra State, I think in Oka to be precise. And it is like a program that was organized to remember Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. So Peter Obi was invited there, and the ex-president of Malawi was equally there. So Mr. Soludo spoke. But before I allow you speak, I allow you watch him speak, because the students there were like booing him. So many roads in Anambra are no-go area. So when the students reacted, he was asking them why they were reacting. I think some of them told him that the state of the roads around the campuses were so bad. So he was telling them that he has already approved them for repairs, but nobody knows if that is true. But let me just show you one of the roads in Anambra State, because Soludo has completed his 2-year in office, and we were expecting him to have done more than what we are seeing on ground. I tell you, nothing much for me, nothing much is happening in Anambra. I don't know, with all his professor brain. Peter Obi told him that he did his own as a trader. Now that we have a professor, he expects things to work better. So just watch this video, and then we'll come back to listen to what happened between Governor Soludo and the students who were present at this occasion.
Of the Ogunwasike Road in Ogidi and Obunike. The road leads from Ogidi to Obunike to the popular building materials market that is situated at the main road of Onitsha Enugu Express Road. If you're familiar with this road, you will know where this is. This is the current state of the road. A few months ago, the Commissioner of Information, Anambra State, announced that the Anambra State Executive have awarded this road and mobilized the contractors to go on site. This road was better before the contract was awarded, but you can all see the current state of the road, motorists, how they struggle, businesses and everything that is around there, how they are struggling. It's unfortunate that our professor of a governor, who the people now call Ogiono, is known for someone who makes bogus premises without fulfilling any. This road is very strategic. It connects Ogidi, that is a very popular town in Idemili North, connects Obunike and various other places around these two local governments, Oyi and Idemili North. This road leads you to Onitsha, Asaba. It leads you to building material, cosmetic material, toll gate, Obunike, and a whole lot of places that are strategic to this state. Yet, this is the current state of the road. Few weeks to Christmas, nothing has been done. You can see it for yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was supposed to have shown you guys more videos coming from Anambra, but those videos have some music, background music, and I'm trying to avoid copyright strike. So that is the reason. And let's take a look at Mr. Soludo and the moment he clashed with the students who were present during this occasion that Mr. Peter Obi attended.
What do you want me to say to you? What do you want? I'm not hearing you. Aha! Oh my God! Thank you immensely. If it a road. Now listen to me. You're listening to me. You are not yet aware. And because once you said this, what you just remind me is that as I leave tomorrow, we'll go on inspection. Because that road, if it's a road all the way from Amansi through through the student hostels down to Aroma, about 15 kilometers of them was awarded 2 months ago. We've just
Well, I just wanted you guys to see because we don't have much time to allow that video to play. Yes, the roads in Anambra State, so many of the roads are in very bad shape. I was supposed to have shown you guys more videos, that people went and like shot them to show the world that Mr. Soludo has completed 2 years in office and they were expecting more from him, considering his background and his person, his person. This is somebody who is dreaming to become the president of Nigeria. Don't forget during the election, he didn't want to support Mr. Peter Obi because he wanted the turn of the Igbos to come to him. By then, he must have concluded his 8 years in office. That was the arithmetic that he did with the PDP. Instead of supporting Peter Obi, he chose Atiku of the PDP. But we are happy that Peter Obi made so much progress, even more than the PDP presidential candidate. So that is it. That we are. Let's go back to the topic of Atiku asking Peter Obi and other opposition to come together. My question remains: does it mean Atiku is still thinking of running for presidency again? That is just what I'm trying to deduct from that statement. If he wants all the opposition to come together, does it mean he's trying to say, okay, I'll be the one to I'll be the one to be the presidential candidate? So let's take this reaction before I show you guys an interview that was on that topic. So this person posted and said this major thing should be put to rest. The last election has revealed that Kwankwaso is only popular in his village and the outskirts of Kano. Atiku is only dependent on PDP caucus. It is only Peter Obi that has the capacity, competence, and influence to challenge APC. So they want Peter Obi now just to maximize his followership, to take advantage of his followership. That's just what they want to do, to take advantage of the obedient family, because they know that obedience are everywhere, especially in the South. We have the population, we have people who are standing with Peter Obi, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, at any time they are out, to stand with Peter Obi. Even if Peter Obi leaves the Labour Party today to another party, we have Nigerians who believe in the person of Peter Obi, his ideology, the way he does things, and looking at his track record, what he did in Anambra State. Some people will tell you, what is it that he did? You need to know when Peter Obi was in office. Just that the people that came after him couldn't manage the kind of foundation that he laid in Anambra State when you talk of, development, roads, and he won so many awards during that time. But we have a country where each time a new person comes into office, he wants to come in with his own idea, then he will abandon whatever he met on ground to start all afresh. And he won't even complete it. So if he's embarking on a project, it will be half done. And then when another government comes in, the new government will equally abandon what he or she met on ground and we start a new project. And that has led to so many abandoned projects across Nigeria. And that is where the taxpayers' money is going. So Peter Obi did a lot, and Atiku is actually wanting to take advantage of that. So let me allow you guys to listen to this video coming from Njenje TV, and all credits to the channel Njenje TV Media.
Judiciary delivered judgment, and Supreme Court sealed the deal by no single dissenting voice. You are part of the Labour Party at the campaign level where you acted as one of the spokesperson to the Obidati campaign. Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, is asking the Labour Party and other opposition parties to come together to forge a force. Understanding what happened during the election, during the judicial trial, with that call made by Atiku, what do you think and what is the way forward?
Let me say clearly that what happened
sorry for that
from February up until the 26th of October, when the Supreme Court sealed the electoral process and said to Nigerians it was time to move on. I say without equivocation that the next window of political engagement is opposition. You have a leadership, the next is the opposition. So Atiku Abubakar may have caught the bull's eye by calling for a credible opposition. But do I agree with the call for a merger of forces? Do I agree with the call for the leading parties to come together and form a credible opposition to the present APC government? For me, it's come ça. I think that first, I'm interested in ensuring that we have a Labour Party that lives up to the challenge of now. I'm interested in ensuring that we have a Labour Party that fixes its house and is primed for the role of a credible opposition. And let me say clearly that between April 2022 and now, we have had formidably an opposition in the obedient movement. But the obedient movement is not a political party. And most of us have since joined the Labour Party. What we want is a Labour Party that rises to the occasion. What we want is a Labour Party that throws away the toga of transactional leadership. What we want is a Labour Party that encapsulates the aspirations of the Nigerian people. When you have an APC government that cares about, I tell people that the mantra of the ruling party is me, myself, and I. Then you must have an opposition that thinks about the people. And the way to that credible opposition is to have a Labour Party that is fully reorganized, that is pro the masses of our people, that stands for the ideology of the labor unions, and that stands effectively ready, willing, and able to challenge government to responsible and responsive action. And so, for me, I think that Atiku Abubakar's call for mega is a bit too early. I insist that what is most important now is for Labour Party to rise to the challenge and the urgency of now.
But
Yeah, so guys, I'll stop the video at this point because it's a long video. Maybe can play that later tomorrow. But I don't know what you think about this call for the Labour Party, the PDP, and other political parties to come together. This call was put forward by the presidential candidate of the PDP, that's the person of Atiku Abubakar. We saw Kwankwaso after the election tried to get into Tinubu's cabinet. He was like working with Tinubu, and that led to his suspension from the NNPP. I don't know if they've admitted him back. And then for the PDP, there is rumor going around that the PDP want to expel the person of Atiku Abubakar out of the party. So I couldn't verify that. If he's verified, I'll still bring it up on this platform. So Peter Obi is the only man standing, he's unshakable despite all that Apapa Lamidi and his cohorts were trying to do, though the court has finally silenced them. But all those periods, they were like trying to destabilize the Labour Party. Peter Obi stood firm, and the support of the obedience, even since after the election, obedience have formed, I don't know if I would say the strongest opposition we've seen in Nigeria. You can imagine all these cases of forgery, drug trafficking, and all those FBI and all that. These topics have been championed by the obedience across the social media platforms, as in they are everywhere, be it on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you go, the obedience are there, and they are the ones that have brought most of all these things to the limelight. Like Atiku Abubakar, even before he embarked on this CSU certificate forgery thing, it was David Hundeyin that began this journey, and he is part of the obedience movement. So the obedience have really done a lot. For him to start calling for a merger at this point, for me too, I don't think it's really a good idea, because I know there is really a very huge difference between the PDP and the Labour Party. We know why Peter Obi left the PDP. It's because of what they did during the primaries, how they were using money to buy position, and Peter Obi was like, no, I can't stand this, I better leave. And that was what led to him leaving the party for the Labour Party. He left PDP for Labour Party. So for them to call him now to come back, to come and join him, on what ground is he going to do? Does it mean he's going to, go back to the vomit, to what he rejected before now? So these are some of the questions that people are asking. Why should there be this merger? I think these parties should just be, but I believe, like in Imo State, what happened in Imo State, because I felt if the PDP and the APC, anyway, there is no point of merger, because the governor of Imo State was desperate to win. We know that the number of votes he got, go and see on the IREF, there's a lot of discrepancies, as in a lot of differences from what was captured and what were written on ground and all that. So Nigeria is really a tough environment, especially considering the kind of INEC we have today, and also looking at the rulings that are coming from judiciary. So it appears the judiciary, the INEC body, and also the APC, they've like come together to merge. They are now working together as a family, and that is really going to set Nigeria backward, because it is really difficult currently to play the role of an opposition and play it effectively, because no matter how you try to pressurize these people, the court will uphold whatever the APC want them to uphold. There is a video of an APC man on Twitter today making rounds, and people have been reacting to it. Do you know what he was saying? That the judiciary we have today must ensure they sack the governor of Plateau State. You can imagine an ordinary citizen is boldly saying it that the judiciary is going to sack the governor of Plateau State because he's a PDP. The governor of Plateau State is a PDP man. So even the APC members know that the judiciary is working for them. If they do not know, somebody cannot just come out openly and be making that kind of claim. So we are really in a very tight corner as it stands with the leadership of the person of Tinubu. Is really, really going to be a bit difficult. But the joy and my own joy is that we have the people. We are going to keep fighting because we must win this battle. You heard Mr. Peter Obi said we must dismantle this criminality. We are going to prove that we are out for this and we are going to fight till Nigeria is remedied, because we can't just allow Nigeria to remain in the hands of these people. For those of us who say, I can't come out to vote again, I will never vote in any of the election. If we take that decision, then they have won. I mean, the APC, the bad politicians, they have won. But if we persist, no matter the setback we are experiencing now, a day is coming, they will not even summon the courage again to stand as, as a hindrance before us, because Nigeria must be placed, on a path to progress. And that is what we are fighting for. So guys, before I end this live session, I want to quickly share with you guys this video coming from Lagos State, where people have been lamenting on how the government of Lagos State is shutting down the shops of so many people, especially areas where the Igbos are, running their businesses. So you find out that because of the election of 2023 presidential election that happened, the Igbos are still suffering the consequences of Peter Obi winning Lagos. They said they would just wake up one day and go to one market and lock the market, and then they will start negotiating price for them to come and reopen the market. And by the time they open that market, after some time again, they will move to another market and shut it down. And then the people will start negotiating. They will tell them how much they have to pay. They will still pay. This is how they've been. Last time it was, I think, Alaba market that they shut down. Their excuse or their reason was that they didn't do cleanup. So they didn't do cleanup, and you decided to shut down the market where how many thousands of people are looking for daily bread. Why not give them fine or report them to the state government and take some reasonable action, not just coming to shut down the entire market when there are Nigerians who feed from what they earn on a daily note. Because that market, you see Mama Put is there, pure water seller is there, minerals, people that sell all these mineral drinks, they are there, the truck pushers are there, the barrel pushers are there, and all that. These people are people that whatever they get in a day, they use it to feed and also take care of their families. So you just come and shut down the entire market because you feel the Igbos are predominant in that vicinity. So just take a look at this video just for you to understand what people are going through in the name of, finding themselves in another man's land. I'm trying to put up that video. Just hold on a bit. I'm trying to share with you guys what that video looks like. Because as it stands now, so many people are really paying for what they don't know because they didn't vote for the APC. And yesterday I talked about an APC guy who is one of the people who said the Igbos shouldn't come out to vote. Now he's not feeling fine, and
sense. Or because of Christmas one in the look and the Lagos State this thing as well as I should go like this. Yeah, for my own side of wickedness, because we lock everywhere, about 200 million, 100 million, for no reason, because of that Christmas. Makalaha on the government has from A to Z. I didn't believe, so I have to confirm it by myself. I'm happy and maybe able truly and that lock everywhere. Hashes the 4:30 when I go. As in, but here I had a man. is not good. You see, almost highly in Lagos State, highly see the same. No, here go. All wickedness. And in the boy is so course, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, that's the short clip I want you people to see. I don't really know how this information can be circulated and get to the right authorities. I don't even know if the state government is willing to listen to these people, because last time it was the Alaba market, this time is Ladipo market, and this is where people come out to look for their daily bread. So that is the Nigeria under the leadership of Tinubu. A lot of things going on, people are not happy with the way this government is being managed. Look at the appointment. It's like everything now is meant for the Yorubas. When Buhari came in, everywhere was flooded with the Northerners. Everywhere, even some of the Northerners acknowledged Buhari's nepotism. People spoke out at that time. Now, Tinubu came in, people were thinking, okay, maybe because of the way he was forcefully placed in that position, he might want to consider people from other tribes. But you can see last time the Ohanese was threatening to sue him as a person for not involving the Igbos in his cabinet. We have just like 5 ministerial posts that he said they gave to the Igbos, which the key positions, none of the Igbos, is even close to it. Look at the central bank and all the key positions. During Buhari's time, they said they can't trust the Igbos, so they can't give them any position that is key. Like you don't even mention anything that has to do with security, giving it to an Igbo man. You don't mention anything that has to do with the economy or finance, being the finance minister or the CBN minister or whatever. Those positions, you don't even dream and wake up to say, oh, give it to an Igbo man. No, they will give you minister of I don't even know, some of those ministries that you will just be there sitting and looking for what to do. People during the last administration, some people were saying that Ngige was the minister of labor. That's what they could afford to give him because of where he came from. Possibly that's why he decided not to even partake in this last election. Nobody saw him. He just went hiding. Whether he belongs to the APC or not, nobody knows. So a whole lot of things is going on in this country. I've only seen Peter Obi, who is somebody that has said it, and he did it in Anambra State. He rebuilt mosques for the Northerners. So he has said when he comes, he already has what he has mapped out for the Northerners, for those in the southeast, those in the south, those in the southwest, and also in the north. He has project for every section of this country. Everybody will feel belong. But if it's for these people that say it's their turn, Buhari said it was the turn of the Northerners, and he gave almost everything to the Northerners. Look at the NNPC. The man they met there was an Igbo man. They sent him away and replaced him with another person. The carry that is there now, people are calling for his prosecution because of corruption. The NNPC has not been remitting money, and there is a lot of things going on. Once you get there, you fix your people, and then they'll keep borrowing money, and then the money will be vanishing. The country is not producing. We are not exporting. Nobody is being productive. The leaders are not thinking, what can Nigeria produce? How do we help farmers? Can we export? Can we start exporting agricultural goods? Nobody is thinking about that. People are just there just to see how they can get the money and apportion it to different projects that do not make meaning. Look at the supplementary budget that they signed. They tell you they renovate the president's house in Aguda for billions of naira. How much are they going to use for the presidential jet, presidential yacht, the vice president's accommodation? Not even his personal accommodation, just, oh my God, a lot of things, Nigerians, a lot. So we should just brace up, because we've got a lot of roles to play as citizens. We can't just allow Nigeria to slip off the hands of these leaders. Let's just try our best, keep lending our voices, and do the much we can. Like I've always said, I'm just hoping that in the future we'll be coming together to start discussing on the way forward, because we must ensure that, we partake in this journey to redeem Nigeria, because a new Nigeria is possible. So guys, I'm going to be ending today's live stream at this point. I want to appreciate you for being a part of today's show. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for future updates. And like I always ask you people, you can always support the channel. Give us a super sticker, a super chat. You can see it beneath the chat section, beneath the comment section. You can see an icon there. Let me just take some of this. My intelligent leader, God will continue to protect you from all evil. Yes, Peter Obi is an intelligent man. And when you see him speak, he speaks, you see him portraying that attribute of patriotism. You see him being a real Nigerian who does not like what is going on in this country. Honestly, in the next 4 years, this is how Nigeria is still going to suffer, because this government has not even started putting some measures on ground, so that at least in the next 1 year we'll start seeing changes. Nothing is happening now. And some of these things are not things you will do and see result immediately, but you have to start taking action immediately. We are not seeing anything, and they are not talking to us, just like the days of Buhari. So that is it. So a drug dealer, shameless certificate for the identity, looter, money launderer, and I beg, who is writing this one? Don't finish me, I beg. Mr. Peter Obi is intelligent leader. Yes, he is. Yes, so no criminal record. Yes, because they tried to look for one during the election. They tried using the EFCC to see if there's any way they can, lay hold on him that he has committed this. Mr. Peter Obi said it openly that he cannot intentionally do anything that is wrong. His conscience does not allow him. That is his person. So any year we vote him as president, any year he becomes the president, any year INEC allows him, the judiciary allows him, because these are the two barriers that we have, in Nigeria. The INEC body, and the judiciary. Any year these two bodies allow Nigerians to vote and choose their own choice of leader, then we'll start seeing Nigeria moving forward. But if it's all this one, they will tell you, snatch it, grab it, run with it. Power is not served a la carte. Anybody can grab it, and the judiciary will uphold it. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. Let's meet again tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.